Patient that I got a machine to a year ago down in Tennessee was supposed to pass away this February, and he's still here. He treats 3 times a day, 6 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 10 at night. And his PEA count went from 4 to 1, and he went back to work after 2 weeks. His energy was out the ceiling, and he was supposed to be gone in February. His doctors are just crazy amazed. They can't figure it out.
That's awesome.
And all he's been doing is the machine for a year.
That's awesome. Well, we know we can do some pretty marvelous things, and that's all. Always what we're trying to stay one step ahead of. I get all of these companies that come into the country or around the country that are always calling, telling me that they've got the latest and greatest, and we're always looking at it from the standpoint of practicality, ease of use, for the people to get the maximum benefit, and for those at the same time to be able to maximize the financial income streams that they're doing, no matter what they're doing, to try and see if we can't help them in sales, and yet at the same time increase the money they're making doing treatments. So, we're very picky, as you probably remember, Dave, from a while back. We're very, very slow to jump on things, and when we do, we jump on things with a vengeance. And that's kind of what we're going to go through tonight and show you a couple things that we've done with a vengeance. We're going to show you some new things that we've been working on tonight. This is a special kind of pre-viewing. You guys are the first to see what we're getting ready to implement. We're going to start doing special conference webinars like this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights, for sure starting next Monday night. We may do something again Saturday morning. Chances are we may not, but if we do, we do. But we wanted you guys to be one of the first in the country to hear what we're doing. The things that we're going to talk about tonight, though, everything that we do is not intended, as you know, with the PMF to diagnose, cure, treat, or mitigate or prevent any particular disease. And I'm going to kind of go slow through this, so if I get going too fast, you let me know. We've had a lot of people over the past 3 years talk to us about making changes with our current PEMF machines. And so we've been working on those changes, and we're getting ready to roll them out now. So as we tell people, you've been asking, we've been listening. This is our new office model machine. If you notice, it looks like the other one. However, on the right-hand side, it does have a variable 10-minute timer next to the start button. So just like the portable, you can set the time of treatment on your machine just as you do with the portable. It comes with a new case on the left-hand side. It's ergonomic. All the attachments fit in it. It's got the handle. You fly with it, take it anywhere you want to go. What's unique about the office model is we have now gone to what's called an enclosed capacitor. Dave, Mike, I don't know if you guys have the machines where when you've got it pulsing in the corner, you can see a little bit of the light flash. That is because that's not an enclosed capacitor. And because that light is flashing in those portables, we are losing just a little bit of the intensity in the pulse. Now we've gone to a proprietary enclosed capacitor. We've added new fans to it. We've added some other new components. And what it does is it gives us a stronger pulse, and it allows us to do longer treatment times without having to make any adjustments, reset the dial, turn the machine off, turn it back on, do anything. So that variable timer is a big plus for us now. We've also made a couple changes in the portable case, which is also the AT case. The AT, of course, as you know, comes with the bigger wheels if that's what people request. Again, inside this case has that capacitor, so it gives us stronger pulse, longer treatment times. It has that 10-minute variable timer. But the thing that we changed the most is we've made the lid a deeper lid. So from the outside of the lid to the front edge of the case inside where the cooling fan is, it's deeper. So you can get all of the attachments inside the lid and take them with you anywhere you want to go. The only thing that I don't put inside, which you could, is the therapy mat. I usually put the therapy mat in a case or carry it with me separate, and I'll put all the attachments inside the lid. The only thing that I don't prefer about the portable is the fact that because it's got a deeper lid, by the time you put the attachments in it, you're looking at about a 40-pound box. With the office model, you're looking at about 23 pounds. So for some people, that portable is a little bit more difficult to travel with, especially if they're flying, because now they've got to lift a 40-pound box up into the air and get it in an overhead. And in some airlines, they won't let you carry it on because they think that the case is just a little bit too big. But we have tricks to that. But anyway, the portable new changes are out now and ready to roll too. Some of the attachments that we've got, and a lot of the doctors that we've worked with over the years, Dave, I think you still have got the old gray therapy mat that we originally had out. Mike, you may have it as well. George, I don't believe you have it, but I still have one here. And this is our new therapy mat that we released about 1.5 years ago. And the reason we did it is because that larger gray mat that we had so much wire wound through it that in order to reach a desired intensity, a lot of times when using it, whether you were laying on it or sitting in it in a chair and kicking back and reclining and relaxing, that other therapy mat sometimes would hit your hip bones or your shoulder blades, and it would become uncomfortable. So you couldn't, in some cases, turn it up too high. So what we did is we shrunk the mat down. We have just as much wire in it as the big mat had, but we've shrunk it down to a smaller size so you can lay on it on your back, you can flip over it, lay on your stomach, you can turn it sideways and take it across your body, you can grab it each side with your arms and pull it up over your hips. But we've made this smaller so that you can become more focused and centralize your treatments for better effectiveness. During the month of July, that mat sells for $1,500. During the month of July, we're going to offer it a half price for everybody for $750. So if you've got people out there that have bought a machine from you, you may want to contact them. Let me know if you want the photographs and how to use any of the different attachments that we're going to show you. Drop me an email, and I will email you photographs of all these different attachments and different ways that they can be used. But if you've got people you've worked with that have got a machine and don't have these things, now's the time to get a hold of them, because during the month of July only, we're offering everything at half price. We've never done it. We're doing it now. So with that, we've also come up with a smaller mat. The smaller mat is 12 by 24. Again, it allows you to get more focused and centralized doing treatments. One of the things that I like to do, it's a little trick that Andrew showed me, was to lay on the blue mat, the larger blue mat on my back. I take the smaller blue mat, use the coupler, and I lay it across my stomach, or I lay it across my chest, and it allows me to get penetration coming from the bottom up and the top down. So I get a double whammy effect using this mat. One of the tricks that we actually had a doctor from Saudi Arabia brought to us about 8 months ago is he had a couple kids that he was working with that were autistic. And he's with the military group over in Saudi Arabia, the U.S. military, and he's got a couple kids he's working with. And he said, Jim, he said, has anybody ever taken, whether you're got MS or you're autistic, ADD, ADHD, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, ALS, dementia, depression, has anybody ever laid somebody down on a mat just with their head and put their head on a pillow and then put the pillow on the mat and got results with it? And I said, you know, I've never gotten feedback from anybody about that. Why? He said, I've been doing it with 2 young kids, and he said, the only thing on the mat is their head. I lay a pillow down, I put their head on the pillow, and it allows me to turn the mat up a little bit higher than I normally would if I laid their head on it, and the results I'm getting are absolutely off the charts. So again, another little trick in how you can use the mats, treating different people of different ages and sizes if you've got something you want to work on the head. The pillow is a great addition. One of the other attachments we have is what's called the large butterfly loop, or the large double loop. We use it a lot around the shoulders. We use it a lot around the hips, the stomach, the chest, around the neck, going front to back. A lot of times we will do, when we're doing conferences, we'll have people stand in the middle of it, and we will close the loops and we'll pull it up and down through their hips and their chest and let them feel it at different angles. And we hit some spots that they never knew they had that were very sensitive. So not only does this large butterfly loop allow us to do treatment, it also allows us to do some neat things as have an ability to diagnose a spot that we really need to work on. Again, the retail for this month is $1,500. We're doing them half price for $750. The whole purpose of us doing this is to give people out there the opportunity to get them in their hands and start using them, because a lot of people we've got have had machines for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. They don't know that we've got them. So we're trying to put an email blast out to them to let them know. This is the large single loop. The reason this came about is we designed the double butterfly loop first. We had a couple doctors call back and said, you know, I hate to tell you this and hate to admit it, but I have some patients that are so big around, I can't get that double butterfly loop up over their tummies to do diagnostic work. Can you make us a bigger loop? So we came out with the single loop, which works perfect to have people stand in and, again, move it up and down the body. You can find spots that are kind of temperamental that you need to focus on. One of the things, a trick that Andrew showed me about 2 years ago, year and a half with this, is he had me lay down on my stomach on the blue mat. On my back, he laid this long loop, and it went from the base of my neck, my skull, all the way down to my tailbone, and he had it sitting on my back. So not only was I getting the pulse of the vibration of the mat coming through my chest, I was getting this large loop pulsating all the way up and down my spine, working on my central nervous system. I did this for 10 minutes, and I couldn't believe how great I felt, how relaxed I felt, and a few minutes later, how much energy I had. I kept going back and saying, let's do it again, let's do it again. And you guys know, as we're doing conferences, we're on the floor a lot and we're on our feet. This is a great way during the day to sit down, take 10 minutes for yourself, and relax and get rid of all that hip and back pain just from standing. Again, the large loop is $1,500. During this month, we're going to offer it to everybody at a half price at $750. The last set of coils that we've got are actually a set of 3 coils that also comes with a 6-foot extension coil, or cord, if you will, that can be used with any of our attachments. You just plug the extension into the machine, you plug the attachments into the extension, and you got another 6 feet if you need to stretch it out. These coils were designed for ease of use, so you could very quickly get your hands in the small one, or slide it up your wrist, or up your forearm, where you could get it to your calf muscle, or your knee, or around your foot, or up onto your quad, or up on your hamstring. When we do conferences, I love to take that small yellow one, because at the end of the day, my feet are sore. And so I will sit there and actually stick my foot inside the yellow one and treat my feet for 10 minutes. Boom, my pain is gone, my feet feel great, and away I go. And my feet, again, I'm hitting all those trigger points in my feet, and all of a sudden I got energy again. Yet people that want to purchase the 6-foot extension separately can do so. We do sell them separately. Send me an email if you're interested in it, and I'll send you back the cost on that. We have 2 of them available. One's a 6-footer and one's an 8-footer, so I'll send you prices on both. But again, the set of 3 coils with that 6-foot extension sells for $1,600, and for the month of July, we're going to offer them for $800. We are also eating the cost of the freight. So the price is the price, and any of those are available. So if you've got folks out there that have purchased machines and you want to send them photos of these, send me an email. I'll send you photos of the attachments. You can send them the information. You can send them photos of how to use them, and you can also let them know on the prices and what we do. So if you want to know how much money is in it for you, send me an email, and I'll tell you how much money you make off of each one of these. One of the things, you back me up. One of the things that we also want to talk about, and we have debated on how we want to introduce this. One of the things that we talked about was offering to people that have had their machines for 2 years or longer what we call a trade-in, trade-up program. We want everybody to get in the newest technology, to have the most latest and greatest in their hands that we're working with. George, you've got the most current of the portable machines. You do have the enclosed capacitor with the 10-minute timer, so yours is the latest and greatest. However, the thing that I want to emphasize is, don't get married to these things. You know, you've got, in most cases, a 3-year warranty on the machines. If you've got a warranty that's longer, your time may be coming where it's going to start to run out. So what we want to do is we want to create an opportunity for you to get into a new machine. How can you do that? What we recommend is sell your machine that you've got. Sell it off. If your warranty's out and it's done, let me know. I'll add another year to it for you to help you do it in the process. But if you want to know what your machine is worth and you want to know how to do it, drop me an email and I'll give you a couple ideas. If you've got somebody that you've been treating, say, man, I'd love to have one of these machines, turn around and sell it to them for 16 grand. We'll put you into a brand new machine and we'll include the new therapy mat. Include your therapy mat with the machine. So there's ways to do this so that you can always keep up with the changes we're making in the technology and always continue to keep yourself upgraded with the latest and greatest as far as the technology is concerned. So if you want to know how to apply it with the machine you've got, send me an email and I'll let you know how to do it. Okay? Okay, this is our newest and latest, greatest release on what we call the ultimate wellness. We call this the Cocoon for Life. Let me mute out my phone here. How do I turn up my radio? Still muted and still ringing in. That's okay. So this is what we call the Cocoon for Life. This is our ultimate in a sauna. And we may change the name to My Sauna. We may get rid of the name Cocoon for Life because everybody can relate to what's a sauna. This is the most unique thing that we've been able to put together that will complement you with your PEMF machine, that'll show you results that'll blow you away and knock you off the charts. But we're also going to show you how to make 8 to 10 grand a month with having one of these things. This is a little bit about the Cocoon for Life. We refer to it as an infrared thermofusion pod. The new design allows us to do a lot of neat things all at the same time. We call it hypothermic conditioning through heat. If you want the studies and you want the science and you want to see why we're so pumped about this and applying it to everybody that's got one of our machines, drop me an email and I'll send you the science and the research to show you what's got us so excited. Hypothermic conditioning does a lot of neat things, and these are just a few. It detoxifies, it gives you tremendous pain reduction, it increases the lymphatic flow, it increases circulation. For athletes, the recovery is phenomenal how fast they recover. It helps to increase your energy. It reduces stress like crazy. It relaxes the body like crazy. And the neat thing about it is the responses that you get from people are fast. Now, I'm going to give you an example of this. You can take a person and lay your PEMF mat inside this machine on our vibrating pad. We're going to show you the picture in a minute. Put their clothes on, lay them in the sauna, and at the same time, their head is outside. Treat them for 10 minutes on the PEMF and in the sauna, and you will be blown away with the results. You want to lose fat, you want to create a sweat, you want to take off inches, then treat them for 20 to 30 minutes at a temperature where they're cool, but the body's warm and heating, and they're sweating a little bit. So there's a lot of ways to use it. But what we're going to show you is how to apply it to create a faster neurological, physiological, and psychological response with people that'll blow you away. Here's some of the features of the Cocoon. We've incorporated inside this thing a dry heat sauna system. We've included infrared heat. We've done what's called an enriched air system. We have an ergonomic contour bed that people lay on. That bed vibrates, so we've created vibration massage. We have an air system that keeps the face cool. We have a pure jade mat. We'll go into the benefits of it. We have germicidal UV lamps. We have something called halo therapy. We've added aromatherapy. We've added ambient lights. We've put it in a very unique body chamber. We have a contour comfort mat for big guys like Dave that are 6'4". We have a comfort headrest pillow. It comes on a floor pedestal, and when you put PEMF to it, the results that you can achieve in 10 to 20 minutes will blow you away as long with the people you're treating. Here's a few of the things the benefits that you will see from the Cocoon. Improve circulation, lymphatic flow. You'll detoxify the cells. You will detoxify the lymph system. You will enhance the immune system. because now the cells in the body is more open to nutrients. You boost the energy, you relieve stress, it reduces pain. You're going to give people more relaxation at night, so they're going to get better sleep. You're going to relax the central nervous system. You're going to burn fat. So with people that want to slim and tone and lose 20 pounds a month, you're going to have something very easy to do that with, and they don't have to go to the gym and work out for an hour every day. You're going to allow athletes faster recovery time after workouts. You're going to improve the blood flow, and you're going to improve the nutrition uptake. These are just a few. We have 100 benefits what this cocoon will do. But we've incorporated it, and we've included it with the PEMF. And everybody that we're going to be talking to over the rest of this month are those people that have a PEMF machine. Now, we are recording the call, and if you have people that you want to send this webinar to, you can certainly do that. And yet at the same time, if you want to invite them to our webinars, you will get a notice every night when it's going on. And if you want to forward it off to other people that you know, you can certainly do so. I would say focus first on those that have a PEMF machine. So if you look at the spectrum, what we've done is we've added 2 PEMF, the dry heat and the infrared heat, a pure jade mat, halotherapy, aromatherapy, and a vibrating massage, which gives people energy. It's an ultimate fitness. It'll shape them because it will tighten and tone and they'll lose weight. It'll reduce stress and relax them. It'll cleanse the body to detoxify, and it'll increase flexibility, range of motion, and it'll help reduce and get rid of pain. Here's how the dry heat system works. It's adjustable from 0 to 180 degrees. The infrared heat is a new infrared heat breakthrough. We have included 3 different infrared emitters. We call it near heat, mid-range heat, and far heat. When we combine it with dry heat, we get a more complete thermal conditioning process that takes place. And I'm going to go more into that here in a minute and show you more. We have an ergonomic contour bed that's a soft cushion mat you lay on. The germicidal UV lamp I talked about, that helps keep the chamber germ and odor free, so it kills germs and odors. We have an ambient light system, which has 2 colors, blue and red, so it's soothing and soft and relaxing. The body chamber is made of white professional fiberglass that is germ resistant and gel coated. The vibration massage is a dual wave system, and at the same time we add to it an enhanced flat floor pedestal stand, so it looks pretty when you put it on the pedestal. Do you need it? No, but it looks pretty. Here's an inside look of the system. You can see the picture on the right with the ambient lights all lit up. In the top, you see the arrow that points to the Omnium light system, and right up there next to them are the germicidal UV lamps. Those little dots, black dots in the top of the hood, is what we call the dry heat system. That's constantly, those fans are constantly blowing dry heat down on the body. Whether you have your clothes on or not, it doesn't matter. On the right, you'll see that gray mat with the different colored dots on it. Those are what we call the infrared stones. We have that on the right side of the hood, and we have it on the left side of the hood. So the body is getting penetrated with it from all different directions. And again, I'm going to show you more of that. You'll see in the bottom of the picture at the bottom too, you'll see our blue therapy mat laying on top of the bed. Here's a little bit of information about infrared, and this is why we do what we do and why we've got it set at 3 different depths to the body. Near infrared is designed to increase the cell health and build the body's immunity and make it stronger. It's designed for wound healing, for skin purification, and for pain relief. When we use a mid-infrared emitter, we get pain relief, we get more circulation, but it also burns body fat, so we get more weight loss. When we go to a far infrared, we get more weight loss, again, more detoxification, but it lowers the blood pressure and it causes more relaxation. Now, let me give you an example. Back me up just a second, would you? Let me give you an example of what I did. And I don't want to admit this, and I hate to admit it, but I'm going to tell you my story. 5 weeks ago, we were treating different people on the machine. and I sat in it with the PEMF mat on that contour mat. I set it up so that all three, the near, the mid, the far, infrared was heating my body. I set the temperature for 128 degrees. I had all my clothes on. And as you all know, we got to take our credit cards and our car keys and whatnot out of our pockets. We've all at one time have fried something. So I took all my stuff out of my pockets. I sat in this thing for 10 minutes with the PEMF going on my back, with the vibration of the mat going, with all three of these far infrared heats beaming down on me. I went out and I played golf an hour and a half later. My golf game has been terrible for the past 5-10 years. Every night I go out, one night a week if I'm lucky, I'm hoping I can break 50. I went out that night and I shot a 49. I was hitting shots that I hadn't hit for years, and I parred 4 holes, and I'm thinking, whoa, I'm feeling pretty good. I wonder what brought this on. So the next week, I go back and do it again. I go out and I play 9 holes again. Par on the course, my old golf course is 35. I shot a 39. I parred every hole but 4. Now you tell me how many people wouldn't love to increase their golf game by a stroke, 2 or 3, let alone the 10 I did in one night. 2 weeks ago, I went back and I didn't go sit in the sauna. I went and played golf, and I was so stiff and could hardly move, and I shot a 52. Tuesday night this week, I didn't go sit on the sauna. I wanted to see what my score would be. I shot a 50. So there is something to this mechanism of getting the PEMF, the vibration of the mat, and the 3 levels of infrared heat on what it does to the body to relax it and give you complete expanded range of motion. I had no back pain. I had nothing. I felt like $1,000,000. Go ahead and move me on. I'll talk about some other people in a minute. Here's an example on an electromagnetic spectrum chart how the PEMF works. If you look at the wavelengths across the top, you'll notice that the infrared in pink is running at 1,000 UMs in wavelength. And the radiation type, gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, visible light rays, infrared waves, is almost the highest till you get to microwave. From that infrared level, we've got near infrared, medium infrared, and far infrared that affects the body in 3 different depths to relax and do what it needs to do to the body. But the neat thing is that the gemstone infrared system we use is a heating technology of proprietary blends of wavelengths. Nobody else can do what we can do, and we've got it. So we combine dry heat with the infrared heat, and we get what we call the most active thermal fitness system that's out there. Here's the dry heat. We can adjust it up to 80 degrees. Thermogenesis kicks in and causes an increase in heart rate. And you think, oh, if my heart's going faster, what does that mean? Well, it's really not. Your heart is working at a level that allows the body to actually slow down and relax so that chemical process can take place in our cells. You all know that the body, when you get it to perspire, goes into what's called thermal stress. The body starts burning fat. So sweating consumes energy, which is measured in calories. Heat causes the body to sweat, which raises the metabolism level, which lowers the fat points and leads to an increase in burning calories. And it doesn't matter if you have your clothes on or if you're in a bathing suit or your shorts with your clothes off. It doesn't matter. It still penetrates. And that's what infrared does. Here's the vibratory system. Our mat that you lay on has a variety of variable massage motors. We can massage the upper part of the body, or we can massage just the lower half of the body, or we can do the whole body at one time. And we're going to show you how to do that here in just a second. But what happens is when we're pulsating through the vibration and creating the rhythms, we go from rapid strokes to deep waves and back and forth. This allows us to give the body a deep tissue massage without you ever thinking you're getting a deep tissue massage. And when we add the PEMF mat to this, the results blow people away. Here's an example of what the chamber looks like in the pod. You can see the body chamber there at the arrow at the top, the enhanced 4-pedestal stand that comes with it at the bottom, and that mat that you see with the blue arrow on the right is the contour bed that has the vibrating massage in it. Notice the curvature in the bed. Where your knees would hit, your actual knees bend right there. And so your body kind of dips down and lays, your knees come up and then hit back down again. Here's what we've done with our air system. One of the things you have to understand, and we're going to show you the ports again in a minute. When the head is cool, and that's why we've got air intakes that blow cool air on the side of the face, the hypothalamus gland does not send a signal to the brain and says, I'm hot. If you've ever been into a steam room or you've ever been into a sauna room, you reach a point where the body gets so much heat, the head's in there too, that the body overheats. Why does it overheat? Because the hypothalamus is reacting to the heat in the room too, and it's telling your body, get out, get out, get out. We need to cool down, we're overheating. What we've done here is we keep the head outside of the cocoon with cool air blowing on the face with enriched oxygen. So we have dual air ports that put fresh ionized air on the face, which in turn, we've got aromatherapy with essential oils that go down in the bottom on the outside. You drop 2 or 3 drops in it. The fan sucks them up through, and it pulls it through our halotherapy, which is ionic crystal salt tile. And salt tile gives us pure, refreshing salt air that we breathe as this cooling fan is coming onto us. And we've also got easy-to-use self-controlling panels. What do they need you to do? Really nothing. Once they lay down in it and you set it for them, they're in control. If you notice the control panel in front of you on the left, it has 3 different levels of vibratory massage. Upper vibration, lower vibration, or you can set them both just like the picture shows in medium, and they're both going to vibrate at the same time. In the middle, you've got an off-on switch. Next to that, you've got an infrared heat switch, so you can set your infrared focus to being low range, medium range, high range, or you can put it to the on button and you get all 3. Next to that, you've got a temperature. You can set the temperature. That one is set for 130 degrees. The time that's set there is for 30 minutes. So the person who's sitting in the chamber, if they feel like, well, I've been in here for 12 minutes, I'm hot, but I'm not sweating, they want to turn it off. All they got to do is reach outside the cover and turn the button off. On the right-hand side, there's an adjustable knob for the fan that's blowing on the face. And if you look at the control panel down in the bottom where the arrows are pointing, you can see the control panel slots. All they have to do is stick their fingers through those, push them up, make the adjustments with their fingers, and then grab the little hook and pull those panels back down, and the heat still stays inside of it. So you don't lose anything, but you're in control, whoever's sitting in the cocoon. On the front, this is the front bottom. I mentioned to you the aromatherapy cup. There it is at the very bottom. You can use anything in that cup. You can use any type of essential oil. You can put silver in it. You can put zeolite in it. I had a nutritionist said to me, well, can I put this product that I use with my patients in there? I said, absolutely. She wants them to breathe it. So what it does is that fan right below that purple slab, or that pink slab, is the cooling fan. That pulls the air in, and it pulls the heat in that comes off of that Himalayan salt pad that's there. That light behind it heats it just a little bit, and it pulls the aromatherapy and the halotherapy in through that fan, and it blows it out on the 2 cooling fans. If you look to the right, it pulls the cool air out and blows it on the face through those vents. If you look at the top, we have an oxygen port. Why do we have that? Because as an example, oxygen is a big thing. Exercise with oxygen therapy is a big thing. A lot of people will stand on treadmills and they'll put an oxygen mask over their face and they'll walk the treadmill breathing oxygen. They'll stand on a vibration plate with the oxygen over their face, breathing oxygen while they're vibrating on a treadmill. Some of them will put the oxygen mask on their face while they're riding a stationary bike because they want to breathe more oxygen. More oxygen intake into the body, as much as you can get, allows for deeper penetration in the cells and more effectiveness by everything that you put into the body. So that oxygen, oxy oasis that you see there is an additional add-on. If people want to add it to the devices, they can. We have them available. But a lot of people that we're talking to, a lot of the doctors and professional practitioners, a lot of them have their own oxygen devices. So what you can do is just plug the oxygen hose right into that port, and it's going to blow that fresh oxygen air out those two cool air vent systems that are they're sitting beside the head. If they want to put a face mask over the nose and the mouth, and they want them to breathe more oxygen while they're laying there, they can do that. Now, before we go to the next slide, one of the things that we're doing a study on right now is ozone therapy. Ozone therapy is becoming a very big deal with a lot of professionals, a lot of practitioners. They do it intravenous, they do it through injection, they do it anally, where they'll stick it up your rear end to get it in your system. There are a couple companies, there's actually one that we're aware of, that takes ozone and couples it with steam heat. The only way, excuse me, the only way that you can get the benefit of that is taking your clothes off, sitting in some shorts or a bathing suit in a steam sauna that forces the body to sit there and sweat so the body will absorb the ozone. Well, what we're doing is we're testing the machine right now to put another port where that oxygen port is down at the other end. One of the things that we have to find out is how stable is the internal workings of the cocoon with oxygen, or with ozone, because ozone has a characteristic to it that will deteriorate and eat away at different types of materials and electricities, fans, and so on. Now, Andrew came up with a great idea yesterday, and we're excited about that. I ordered a couple today, Andrew. But what Andrew's idea was is, what if we didn't have to mess with an ozone port in the machine? What if people could lay on the vibration mat with the PEMF inside a suit that they lay in that zips up across the top? You may have to lay a little towel across their neck, and we put them into an ozone suit that they get the far infrared heat, and they get all the benefits of this thing while they're laying in the sauna getting ozone too. Phenomenal idea, and we're going to do that. I just ordered 2 body ozone bags today, be here Monday, and I'm going to test it. I got a friend of mine here in town that's got a portable ozone condenser. I'm going to take it up to the studio where we've got the cocoon. I'm going to put the PMF the vibration mat, the PMF mat with the jade mat, and I'm going to jump into one of these bodysuits, and I'm going to test it. I think you've got something there, Andrew, that might save us a lot of time and a lot of money. Phenomenal idea. Thank you so much.
It'll also keep all the if the ozone eats something inside, we don't want that off gas or toxin to come into the body. If you're in a bag, it'll stay inside. Just the ozone will be around your body, and you won't have to worry about toxins from anything that the ozone may be eating.
So great idea. Thank you. On the right-hand side, you'll see the ionic salt tab that we use. This creates a therapy called halo therapy. Salt is antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and is anti-inflammatory. It provides benefits to the immune system and the complete respiratory system, but it boosts the immune system like crazy. There are people around the country, in other countries. I have friends of mine here that live across the road from New Zealand. They have salt spas in New Zealand, where you go into a salt spa and you sit in a chair, and the floors and the walls are nothing but Himalayan salts. We've got a couple of people that have our PMF machines that have salt spas Chris has been working with. They have salt spas, and people go there for the salt spa ionic therapy treatment. So again, the benefits that the salt does when you breathe it is absolutely huge. Here's the jade mat that we have. I mentioned to you laying on the jade mat. What I did the other night is I laid on the contour bed mat vibrating. I put the jade mat down. On top of the jade mat, I put the PEMF mat, and I laid in this darn thing at 128 degrees with my clothes on for 10 minutes. I didn't break a sweat, but when I got out, my body was very warm and my clothes were very warm. My next mission, and tomorrow, I'm going back up. We have the cocoon right now in a facility because we're constantly taking photographs and doing more videos, and we're going to do a training video here because this thing's simple to use, but we're going to do a training video. And so tomorrow I'm going to go sit in it for 30 minutes, and I'm taking my clothes off, I'm wearing my shorts, and I'm going to, every 10 minutes, I'll keep hitting the button on the PEMF machine. So I'm going to treat myself for 30 minutes on the PEMF, and I'm going to set the temperature to 135 degrees, and I'll report to you over the weekend how much I sweated and if I really overheated on the outside with the cool air blowing on my head. So I'll keep you posted. Here's what jade does. Jade gemstones at nanomillimeters create a conducting field that makes far infrared heat even more harmonious with the body because they operate at that same nanomillimeters level. Jade emits negative ions which are cleansing to the body. So therefore you get a deeper penetrating warmth from the infrared therapy, which helps to recharge, relax the body, and includes the pain relief. So when you've got somebody you're working with from fibromyalgia, I don't care what it is, you're going to see results with this thing no matter what, even if you don't do the PEMF. I guarantee you though, when you put the PEMF with it, you're going to magnify the results tenfold. Here's another look at the inside of the cocoon. The arrow to the left is the comfort mat that we lay on. It's the contour comfort mat. On the right is the comfort pillow that we've got that we put everybody's heads on. You'll notice on the right-hand side, the arrow back to the left is called lumbar and knee support. As an example, we took that pad, and you don't have to have it in there, but if you've got somebody that doesn't want too much of an arch in their lower back, no problem. Slide it down and you can make a different arch in their back and you support it. I had a guy in there the other day that was 6'5", and I'm going, oh my gosh, how am I going to get him in the machine without his feet not being able to shut the lid at the end? What I did is I slid the mat down almost to where you see it, and it created a bigger bend in his knees, and his feet fit in there perfect. So we can get somebody in this darn thing that's up to 6'9", just simply by creating a deeper bend in the knees, and it allows them to fit in there very comfortably. One of the things that we're working on is to come up with a lid that will actually come a little bit higher so we can put people in there that maybe are pro athletes, football players, wrestlers that maybe weigh 450 to 600 pounds that are big fellas, so that we can get this thing closed over their tummy. Right now we can do about 350, 380 pounds, and they got to be pretty big to not get into it. And I'm going to test it with the guy here tomorrow, so I'll let you know how it works. Here's what the PEMF mat on the bottom, the old gray mat, looks like in the machine. I've got that old gray mat still here, and I use it quite often. But I don't set it in the chair anymore. I use the blue mat on the right to set in the recliner or when I'm treating people. That's what it looks like inside the cocoon. What I do between the white mat and the blue mat is I put the jade mat in there, because the jade mat is pulling through the mat and through me more of the infrared heat. It attracts it. So therefore it pulls it through the body faster and deeper. Here's aromatherapy. I've never been too much for understanding what aromatherapy does, but now that I understand what it does, the benefits of it are absolutely huge. We do 4 proprietary blends of it, but it provides stress relief, it improves relaxation, it curbs the appetite, it moisturizes the skin, it stimulates the olfactory senses, and it improves overall health. A lot of people that have depression or other things like that going on, that aromatherapy getting into the brain also starts a process in the brain that starts to normalize and stabilize the brain, along with the comfort and the heat we're getting. And again, if you want any of the research, any of the studies from this stuff, it'll be up on our website soon. We haven't put it there yet, and if you want any of it, send me an email. I'd be happy to send it to you. Here's 2 of the studies that we've got that we just put up there so you can get an idea. In 2010, the Department of Rehabilitation Physical Medicine did a study where they studied individuals with varying levels of fibromyalgia. They found that the patients who underwent the thermal therapy treatment reported significant reductions in pain and symptoms, anywhere from 31 up to 70% reduction. In another study that we did that was done in Saginaw, Japan, They tested participants that were in severe pain that they couldn't work. They discovered by adding heat therapy to their treatments, they could change the cognitive behavior, they could rehabilitate them faster, and with exercise therapy that they provided, 70% of the participants were able to return back to work. So when you start thinking about athletes and people you're dealing with every day that have pain or fibromyalgia or have digestive problems or acid reflux, depression, the list goes on and on and on, and I'll be happy to send you the email and all of the things that you basically can change in people's lives. You're going to be blown away. When you add PEMF to this, the effectiveness increases tenfold. So again, it's faster results, increased results, more results, and how can we help you make more money? The Cocoon is implemented in any practice very simple. Makes no difference what configuration is used. Heck, Dave, Mike, George, people can have any kind of PEMF machine they use. I took a gal the other day on a very low intensity PEMF machine. I sat her in it for 10 minutes and used this low intensity machine that they had, and I did it with the vibration for 10 minutes, and she got relief. So the bottom line is anybody can own one of these Cocoons, and it doesn't matter what PEMF machine they got, they're going to increase their results tenfold because the vibration of the mat, the combination of the infrared heat, is going to drive and spread out the effectiveness of PEF farther through the body and deeper at the cellular level. The other ideas that go with this is it takes up very little floor space. It does not require any particular installation or plumbing or specific configuration. You just plug it in, set it up, plug it in, and play. And it's that simple. So from day one, anybody that's got them is making money. And I guarantee you, anybody that's got the first ones out in the marketplace are going to be the ones that are going to control the profitability and what's going to come out in that environment. So here's where the money is. Recommended price ranges. What we recommend is, and people can charge what they want. We recommend if you do a 10-minute session, charge 20 bucks. If you do a 20-minute session, charge 30. If it's a 30-minute session, charge 40. What I did is I took a PEMF for 10 minutes and I said, okay, I'm going to put you in the Cocoon for 10 minutes and PEMF for 20 minutes, and it's going to cost you 40 bucks. 10-minute treatment, in and out. You let me know how you feel tomorrow. I guarantee you people are going to be wanting to come back as fast as they can. So you only need to do 10 minutes in the PEMF, but if you run it out, it runs out. The numbers at the bottom, if you notice, are simply the combination of 10 minutes in the Cocoon and 10 minutes on the PEMF for 20 bucks or $40. So I just took a number and I said, okay, if I only did 10 sessions a day at $40, that's $400 a day. If I only do this 4 days a week, I'm making $1,600 a week. And if I only do it for 40 weeks in a year, I've made $64,000 for the year. Now, you can play with this number any way you want. But you tell me who wouldn't like to have something that's generating them over $6,000 a month and their cost is $400 a month. It's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? Here's what the Cocoon sells for. We have 2 units. The first one I'm going to show you is what's called the Wellness Pro. The Wellness Pro is listed at $99.95. On the first 12 units that people that pre-order, we're going to knock $1,000 off of these things. We've already got 6 of them. 6 pre-orders have come in now in the last 24 hours. We had 3. We got 3 more in the past 24 hours. So we got 6 left that are part of this 12 deal special. So in essence, the cost to you is $89.95. We're not asking for any money down, and we'll finance it for you. You can pick what payment plan you want. If you want to do it for 36 months, it costs you $340 a month, and it costs you no money down. Your price is $89.95. After we've done our first 12 limit introduction, because I just ordered 12 more today, that'll be here in 2 weeks. After we've done the first 12, our price goes back up to $99.95. So if you want to know how much money is in this for you, if you sell the Cocoon, if you have people that buy the Cocoon, send me an email and I will send you back the numbers so that you can see the money that you can make. At the same time, back me up one, Jeff, would you? At the same time, we're going to have what we call a demo referral on-site program, and I'll explain to you in a minute how that works. Thank you, Jeff. This is the other version of the Cocoon. This is the scale-down model. There might be some professionals that want the scale-down model. There might be people who want to buy this model just for home use, and that's what a lot of people will probably be doing. This thing sells for $79.95. Again, the first 12 units that we move on this thing, and again, like I said, we have 6 orders already right now. We're still going to give $1,000 off, so the thing is $69.95. No money down. We'll finance it. So if we finance it for you for 24 months, your payment's $380 a month on $69.95. And what if you're making over $6,000 a month? What if you're making $2,000 a month? Is it worth paying $380 for 24 months? So you need to look at the number. Okay? So anyway, got you, David. Thank you. Coming soon. You know, we've had a lot of people, and I got to tell you, we're trying to breathe some new life into what we've been doing. We know that we've got a lot of things that are going to change people's lives, and we've been so selective. I've been getting bombarded. Andrew has been getting bombarded. Chris has been getting bombarded. We are everywhere at conferences all over the country. And all of these other companies that come into the United States with these low-end machines that maybe do 200, 300, maximum 400 gauss, you can't feel nothing. You lay on it, you can't feel anything. All of these companies come up to us and say, hey, why don't you work with us? Why don't you sell our stuff? And so we've been bombarded with people like that. I just got a call yesterday from a gal out of Michigan, believe it or not, that's got our machine. And she said, have you heard about this other machine? I said, yeah, I've been watching them for 5 years. I know all about it. And so we've been hearing what people have been asking us to do is to represent their stuff. And we've said, no, thanks anyway, but we're not interested. What we have been doing is working on a new device. And this is our new machine. So you're getting the first look at the new machine. It has one plug-in. So you plug one attachment in. You can see 3 attachments in the picture. We include a therapy mat with one attachment that plugs in. You can get a butterfly loop with one end that plugs in, or you can get the paddle with the hole in the middle. That one end plugs in. You can pick how long do you want to treat. Do you want to treat it on the high level for 5 minutes? Do you want to treat it on the high level for 15 minutes? Do you want to treat it on the low level for 30 minutes? I will tell you that on the high level, either one, you'll feel the slight vibration of the pulse. So because you can feel it, you're engaging a neurological, physiological, and a psychological response. The Gauss on this machine will range anywhere from 5 to 8,000. We're also going to add a third attachment to this. So we're going to include 3 attachments, the therapy mat, the machine, and the third attachment will actually be a large butterfly loop. And we're going to include the mat, the 3 attachments, and the machine when we roll this out in about 4 weeks for $69.95. And we're going to roll it out to the consuming market. This machine weighs about 6 pounds. You can carry it around in one hand, but we will have a case for it that it'll fit in. You can take it with you and go anywhere you want to go. What we've done with this thing, though, is something very unique that nobody else has figured out yet and nobody else has done. If you look at the low setting there, the low for 30 minutes, on the low setting, all of the studies that have been out there for years talk about the PEMF studies that have been done from 100 to 200 Gauss. And so the low intensities, what they do is they flash to you fast bursts of a low vibration, and you never feel it. Well, what we've done is if you use any one of the 2 high settings, you're going to get 1.43 pulses, 45 pulses a minute. That's 1.43 every second. So not only are you getting the high pulse coming in, to where total you're getting 45 over a minute's time, you're also going to get the low pulse at the same time, which is 10 of them a second, because it's going that fast. So not only are we hitting the thing with 5,000 to 8,000 Gauss at a higher level, we're also coming in at this low level, and we're affecting the cells in the body and all the pain at such a weird contortion that the results are huge. Now, what we've done is we have one doctor that's been testing these for us for 60 days. And we said, give it a test, see if your patients like it. Well, what he does is he has his patients come into the office 2 times a week to get onto the PMT machine, the stronger machine. He lets them rent this machine to take home. He doesn't have the mat. All he's got is that little butterfly loop. That's all we gave him. He rents the machine to his patients for $300 for 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks later, he rotates it out again. So he's making $1,200 a month. And what if his payment was only $150 a month for the darn machine? He's already got, after 60 days, he's already got 7 of the patients that want to buy these machines as soon as they're ready to go. And the machines will sell for $69.95. Will we do a special when we roll them out? We might. We haven't decided yet if we're going to do that. But again, if you want to know how much money is in it for you at the $69.95, send me an email so I can send you back how the dealer program is set up. So here's what we're doing. We're offering to you the opportunity to take advantage of the specials. For the rest of the month, 50% off of any of the attachments you want. On the extension cord, whether it's the yellow one or the white one, 6 foot or 8 foot, we're going to let you have it at our cost. So if you just want the extension cord, you can have that at cost. We're offering $1,000 off the Cocoon. And if you want, we will upgrade you to the new PMF for no additional dollars out of your pocket. So if you're interested in that, drop me an email or call me, and I will go over the details with you. If you bought your machine from somebody else and you want to know how you can do it, then contact them. You know, we've got Dave, we got George, we got Mike on the phone. If you want to know how to do it, you know, you guys have all dealt with us. So if you want to know how you can get into a new machine and upgrade it, drop me an email or call me, and I'll go through the details with you. Okay? So here's what we recommend. Get in touch with the person you got your machine from. Get in touch with the person that invited you to the call. Give us a call or drop us an email. There's the email address. Okay? So let me know what we can do to help you. We've been working our fannies off for the past 2 years to try and come up with something that will fill and fit every price point. Now I'm going to tell you a secret. Please don't tell anybody this. But by fall, our goal is September. Might not be ready till October, but we're going to come out with another home machine for $24.95. That machine will have 6 different settings in it that you can run all of them separately, or you can run them all together, and it will only come out with the therapy mat. Now, the cool thing about it is we're going to work up packages, because we look at that $24.95 machine and the $69.95 as being a great thing for people for home use. And if they got the Cocoon, they can use that therapy mat with any PMF device inside the Cocoon, and they're still going to get greater results. Not as great as your PMT 100 or your PMT 120, but they're still going to get improved results for all the things they want to do, because the magnetic field that's going to be generated is going to be multiplied and magnified because of the vibration of the pulse on the mat and the machine, because of the jade mat that comes with it. So we got some pretty cool things that are coming. Jeff, can you back me up a minute to the $79.95 PMF machine? Thank you. I can't see the bottom. That's why I missed it. The next slide, Jeff. Again, I can't see the bottom of the screen, so that's why I missed it. The regular Cocoon model that you're looking at here, if you can see the bottom of the screen, terrific. But it does not include infrared, and it does not include the floor pedestal stand. That's why it's $2,000 less. Some people are happy to just to have the dry heat, the vibration of the mat, the jade mat, the aromatherapy, the halotherapy. Some people are just happy with that because they can still sit in an infrared sauna and sweat. I've got a sauna sitting in my basement that I spent $6,000 for. It's a 5-seater, and it has 6 different infrared heating units inside the sauna. It takes me 30 minutes to warm it up. This son of a gun takes 1 minute to reach the desired temperature that you set it for takes about 2 minutes. So in 1 minute's time, you're climbing into it with your clothes on if you want, and it's already warmed up. So again, that's why there's a $2,000 price difference on this unit. This is the base model. Thanks, Jeff. You can run me forward ahead. What we're going to do after tonight's call, please email me so I don't forget, but I'm going to email you our direct link to get to this webinar. If you have people you want to email it out to, and it's real simple, it's called PEMFTV.com. PEMFTV.com. So email me and I will send you back the link. So it's real easy for anybody that you want to send it to. How do you forget it? PEMFTV.com. Okay? You could, they are recorded. When you go to PEMFTV.com, you have the option to view the live webinar, or you have the option to go and listen to the recordings. So if you can't get somebody to come to the webinar, no problem. If you want to get them on to listen to the recording, you can send them the recordings. Every recording we will do, we'll date it so you know the date that that recording took place, and you can invite anybody to these recordings at any point in time. We're going to go do an update on our website. Our website is cocoonforlife.com. We're constantly doing updates on that. If you go to that website and you go down the page, you will see testimonials from people that had a chance to sit in the cocoon, and you'll see their firsthand reactions. So we are updating our website like crazy, and we're going to tie everything together from Pulse for Life to Cocoon for Life to the new Biomag that you see there to the Regen. We call it the Regen X, which will be coming out with our home machine for $24.95. So we're going to be offering 3 different price points of PMF machines, and we're also offering 2 different price points of the cocoons. Now, if you want to go out and talk to people about the cocoon, you let me know, and we will send you DVDs, and we will send you flyers and brochures. But here's the cool thing. Who can't use a cocoon? People for home use, people in spas, doctors, practitioners, athletic facilities, health clubs, salons. Jeff, you wanted to talk for a minute. Jeff, would you come on and talk a little bit about the money side of this thing, if you want to go back to the money page, because I think it's very important for people to understand the kind of money that we're talking about here when you start bringing this thing in just by itself, not counting what we're going to do with the PMF.
Yeah, you bet, Jim. And what I'll do, and I'll try to keep this really, really brief. I know we've been on for getting close to an hour. But you know, my background is I own a practice management company. I contracted with docs to run clinics, and everything I've always looked at, you know, the profitability, what's the ROI, and what's the market demand. You know, where's the low hanging fruit that we can bring into the clinic. And like I was telling Jim, you know, I spent $15,000 on a decompression table. It didn't do anything. We bought Myovisions. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on equipment, and really didn't have. I mean, this cocoon excites me so much because I just realized everybody needs what this can deliver. And so I even kind of worked up a little game plan. So let's say, for example, that, you know, I've got a clinic, and if you have a clinic, you probably have multiple rooms that's not really producing you an ROI. Okay, whether you're whether you're doing some therapy in that room, or, you know, whether some modality is only partially used, or maybe you're setting, you know, with a massage therapy room that, you know, you're making, you know, peanuts on. You know, you could bring this cocoon in, you know, and again, everything I ran was all based on a $10,000 unit. You should be able to, my personal opinion, if you advertise it properly and you promote it properly to your existing patient base, each one of these units should bring in between $10,000 and $11,000 worth of revenue. And again, I would recommend, if anybody's going to talk with me, I say, hey, listen, if you want to make money, you got to learn how to advertise right, you got to market right, and you got to go after this right. But you should be able to net about $8,500 off every one of these units you bring into your clinic.
A month.
A month. That's $8,500 a month per unit. And so now all of a sudden what happens is, you got this massage therapy you're doing a split on, and even if she's doing, you know, $90 an hour, which they ain't doing, and even if you're getting a 50-50 split, you're making $45 an hour, and maybe she's working 5 hours, you know, a day, which would be unbelievable. That's still $200 a day. I mean, you work that out, that's maybe $1,000 a week, and that's unbelievable. We never had that in our clinic. I looked at this thing is unattended. Okay, this thing, the prep time maybe is 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. I did the P&L on it. I looked at labor, advertising, rent, lease, utility, supplies, miscellaneous. Just bringing one unit into the clinic can knock out $8,500 a month. But you could actually set up your own clinic. You could actually set up your own spa with 6 units, and you can bring in $43,000 a month bottom line. And so this is a tremendous opportunity. And again, and I look at it like this. I mean, there's 70% of the people in the United States are overweight. I mean, 35% overweight, 35% obese. People need to lose weight, but most of us don't have the ambition. You can sit into the cocoon for 45 minutes. We have what's called it's a 4-week program. It's called a boot camp. It's basically designed to help anybody drop 20, 30 pounds in 4 weeks. It's $400 to $500. You can sell this thing like nuts. Because as patients come in, you got a class reunion coming up and they want to drop 30 pounds, they can do it. And then the maintenance on it, then they'll come in maybe once a month, spend 30 minutes. So you actually have a revenue stream that you're setting up. It's unintended therapy is basically what this is. And that doesn't even incorporate to PEMF. The figures that I pointed out here was with no PEMF. And if you throw the PEMF on it, it just even goes nuts. So again, from a business standpoint, and again, get a hold of us so we can help you put together a strategy to turn. This should be a cash cow for everybody. Everybody, I don't care what market you're in. If you got a health club, if you're a tanning salon, or you're chiropractors, anybody that's got traffic, anybody that's interested in wellness, this Cocoon for Life is a perfect business model. And I don't know about you, but I haven't seen anything that can produce $8,500 cash flow a month per room. And you don't need any degree of expertise. So that's my 2 cents on it. Again, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to shoot us an email. Be more than happy to answer them.
And that's so important, Jeff. I was with the chiropractor the other day, and I was telling him about it, and I said, you could very easily put one of these in your room right there. I said, you use that room? He goes, no, I just have a chiropractic table in there, but I use this one. I don't use that. I could take that table out. I said, dude, that thing right there in that room alone can generate you $400 to $500 a day. And I will refer people to you like crazy. And that's doing 10-minute treatments. That's just that. If you take the PEMF mat and you put it in there too, and you charge them $35, you charge them $30. I said, you charge what you want. I'm just telling you, if you charge $40 a session for 10 minutes and you're keeping that thing moving and you're doing 10 a day, I said, dude, you're going to make $64,000 in a year. I said, would you spend $400 to have that room generate you $64,000? He said, absolutely. That's $400 a month. So
Yep.
When you look at it in a spa, goodness sakes, why couldn't I take 3 of these and lease the darn things and put them in a little spa in a building? And I got people coming in here working on weight loss. You know how we're doing it? We're doing it through hypothermic wellness conditioning. It's called indirectly exercise, and you're not having to get out and break a sweat to do it because the head is keeping cool, the hypothalamus is not overheating, but the body is responding to the warmth and the heat. So all you need is 10 minutes on the PEMF. But I'm going to tell you tomorrow how I do after doing it for 30 minutes. I'm anxious to see if I detox like crazy, which I probably will. I'll probably sweat like crazy, but my head won't because my head's keeping cool.
And by the way, Jim, I just noticed we only got 5 machines left now.
Cool.
Because we just got another one that got spoken for. So again, guys, once those 6 are gone, that $1,000 special deal is gone. And that will never, ever, ever, ever happen again.
The oxygen machine that we showed you guys earlier that's an additional add-on option. That sells for $19.95, almost $2,000. So if you want to add the oxygen to it, you certainly can. Anybody have any questions at all? Jeff, you want to open the floor? We'll take questions for 5 minutes and get out of here. We took too much of their time.
Rec Warehouse in Norcross, Georgia, and this thing is phenomenal.
Outer Banks, and that was amazing.
At the Scottsdale, it's a damn cool bed.
Sala from Delray Beach, Florida. That was awesome.
Kathy Taylor. I'm from Abilene, Texas, and it was very
I'm from
Monterey, California, and it was cozy and wonderful and relaxing.
very relaxing. Really, really nice. I love it.
Ontario, and it was awesome.
My name's Jack, and I'm from Boca Raton, Florida. My wife asked me to come down here and look at the Cocoon, and I was amazed. You know, she says, "Come follow me down and get an experience. It's going to take a load off your feet." And she was right, and now she's back in it.
Christy Summers, Fort Worth, Texas. It was amazing.
Hi, Melissa. I'm from Oklahoma, and it was great. Becky Lowe from Indianapolis, Indiana. It was, oh my God.
My name's Cole Taylor, and I'm from Flower Mound, Texas, and it was pretty awesome.
Okay, hi, my name is Iris, and I'm from Boca Raton, Florida, and I love the Cocoon. I brought my husband back because it was so enjoyable, and I have arthritis, and it really made me feel good.
Monterey, California. It was great. It was great. I think we should get one.
My name is Angie Long. I'm from Rockingham, North Carolina, and I love it. I love it. It was relaxing, and the music was great, and I enjoyed it.
Hello, I'm Barb from Calgary, Alberta, and this was a fantastic experience. I loved every minute of it, and I think I'm probably going to end up taking home 10.
I'm Megan from Orlando, Florida, and that thing is awesome. Kathy Tolan from Concord, California, and that was a pretty amazing experience.
My name's Joe from Denver. I love the Cocoon.
My name is Debbie Long with Diversified Services out of Douglas, Georgia, and I love it. It's nice, the warmth, the vibrations, the music, the smell, I mean, all your senses about it.
Hey, I'm Janet Ludwig from Southern California, and the Cocoon is awesome. It was fantastic.
I live in New England, Massachusetts, and I want one. And it causes chronic muscular pain and joint pain, and I can tell it's already helped me. So
thank you.
It'd be a great product to use.
Thank you.